Please remember to like, subscribe and comment, as we love to hear back from our viewers. Also, if you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron of our show through Patreon and or GoFundMe. Links are listed below the video in the description. From the deepest, darkest recesses of Dangerous Nerds headquarters, Keith Moncrief and Gerry Kissell.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to Pop Culture Minefield with Gerry
and Keith.
Well, seems like some certain things have progressed. A few more nerd stories have happened.
Stuff just keeps. We're still in the middle of that nerd spring, so just new stuff hitting all the time. And of course, the big one that he and I read, which is The Invisible Man
from Universal.
Now, the thing that troubles me before we even go into this is that The Invisible Man wasn't just a movie. It was based on a book.
Yes.
A story by H.G. Wells, one of the greatest writers of science fiction.
Yeah.
The greatest writers. One of the greatest writers. But I get nervous when you see these revampings where they adapt the film, not the original story. And what's the point of that? You know, and The Invisible Man is one of his best stories. I remember reading it when I was 12. I saw the movie as a kid, and I was just in love with what they did. And the film did a fair job of adapting H.G. Wells' story. It truncated it.
Yeah.
And it's almost in many ways a one set play, you know, one act.
Yeah. Because
a lot of the story takes place in that room.
Yeah.
But still, it's a damn good film. And now we, you know, after, what's her name?
Elizabeth
Moss comes forward, and she's talking about how they've turned it into a feminist text. I don't know if that's true or not. That's her
interpretation.
Yeah, it's her interpretation. I'm hoping that that's not the case. Now, I love strong women. I'm old school feminist, not this neo stuff. Old school feminist that just deals with equality. And the best feminist films I've ever seen never talked about feminism. It just had strong women in the story, and just went from there. Alien, 1979. You know, that is a feminist film. And I want to say the F word. I am great with those kinds of characters. Terminator with Sarah Connor, you know, she was a feminist character, you know, and especially in T2.
Yeah.
You know, where she's badass. And I embrace that stuff, man. I love that stuff because some of the most important people in my life were the women in my family.
Like John Cassavetes' movie Gloria.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
That's a classic film.
This is why we're friends, because nobody ever, other than Josh Becker, ever brings up John Cassavetes films.
Oh, what? Can we just, I know this is a nerd show.
Yeah, we're going to time out here. Let's go. Okay, we're going to go on a segue.
If you have never seen a John Cassavetes film, you are permitted to stop this right now.
And go watch it.
Just go watch anyone.
And then you'll understand what we're talking about, because he was brilliant.
John Cassavetes was the man.
He's best known as an actor, but the fact is he was an incredible filmmaker.
Oh, jeez.
And he was, in my opinion, the true father of guerrilla filmmaking, too. And modern guerrilla filmmaking. I know French directors get that credit, but the fact is, no, John Cassavetes, man, that guy was the man. And Gloria is one of those great freaking films. Man. And go see
Gina Rowlands, man. Now, there was a remake. Nothing against that, but you got it.
Was that Sharon Stone? Who was that?
Yeah, I think it was Sharon Stone. I know somebody remade it, and it's
I watched it.
Yeah,
it was not bad. It wasn't great. It was not John Cassavetes' film. The original Gloria is a hell of a film where this woman just goes and starts killing bad guys who deserve it. And it is a great freaking film. It's one woman versus the mafia.
Gina Rowlands, man.
She was badass in that film, too.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. But anyway, back on the subject, which is The Invisible Man, is that I'm really looking forward to seeing this film because I want to see Blumhouse's take on the classic Universal films. And I am praying that it's not one of those overly didactic films where they're just like preaching at you. Because that's the sort of thing that we're getting right now from Brie Larson. It's like, this is why people don't like her. One, that she also doesn't seem to get along with anybody, or have an actual sense of humor, but is that she gets overly preachy. And nobody wants to be preached at. And if they do want to be preached at, they go to church.
Mm-hmm.
Or go to their chapter of whatever organization they want to be a part of. They don't want to be preached at when they go to a movie. They want to escapism. They want to escape all that horse shit that they have in their life. And they want to pay some money to go see it. And I had somebody actually say this to me. I said, hard-earned money to pay to go see that movie and get preached at. They said, to hard-earned money? Well, what does that even mean? And I'm like, what are you, a communist? Hard-earned money means the money that you worked for. You actually took your time to go make that money, to go spend it on somebody else's thing. And you expect to be respected when you give someone your money and not be treated like an idiot. And that's the problem with a lot of the modern film and shows like Star Trek Discovery. They treat us like we're idiots. And they don't want to deliver good writing, good storytelling, and they want to preach at you instead of letting you escape and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's all we want.
Yeah.
I love escapism. And I'm very pro strong females. Very pro. I'm old school feminist. Because I was raised by feminists. My sisters. Yeah. So, this film, we're looking forward to it. And I really do hope that it's in the right hands this time. Because we saw what happened with Alex Kurtzman and what he did with the Dark Universe. It just flopped. It flopped big time. Agreed, Tom Cruise has some blame in that one, but the fact is, he didn't take control of the film. He was given control over that film. Right?
Right.
Somebody made that decision.
Wonder who.
I bet you if you said his initials quickly, you would sound like the Martians from that film. Ack, 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 ack.
Wow. Yeah. Well, listen. Next story. Make sure that you are watching Game of Thrones this week. Because outside of Avengers Endgame, something tells me that there's going to be just as much
This is going to be a tearjerker weekend.
Yeah. Just invest in Kleenex.
Who's your favorite character on Game of Thrones? Yeah? I bet they die.
Nothing personal, but, that's the way it goes.
And don't blame what's his name, the writer
Martin, George R.R. Martin.
George R.R. Martin. Don't blame him, because this is off. They're off the reservation now.
Yeah,
this is now the director, producers, the showrunners doing this. They're going to kill your favorite characters. I guarantee it.
They've had time to peruse social media, figure out who you like, and they're going to make sure they're dead.
In the ground. I'm going to piss on his ashes. He knows what movie that's from. What a piss on his ashes. Game of Thrones is going to be good this weekend. I'm telling you, this is actually the first episode that's going to expand past an hour.
Yeah.
So, we've got a great weekend. Now, before the weekend comes, before you guys go see it today, remember, if you're going today or tomorrow, don't drink a lot the first half of that movie. In fact, avoid it. Pee just before the movie starts. Drink halfway through to the end. Do not drink anything beforehand so you don't get that tugging on your bladder. Because this is a 3-hour movie, and I'm telling you, you're going to hear a lot. I guarantee you there's going to be complaints on social media from people, especially girls with small bladders.
This is a marathon, not a race.
That's right.
Enjoy this.
It's a marathon, not a race.
you know, we don't even know as film fans, let alone film nerds, how much longer it's going to be that we're going to have all this goodness that we're getting.
That nerd spring. You know, we've been in a nerd spring, and I've found that other than veterans and truck drivers, the biggest group to complain about what they have are nerds. And you guys complain about how great we have it right now, and you don't appreciate it. You know who I'm talking about. You guys that complain about every damn thing that isn't what you want it to be. Your expectations weren't met. You know who you are. When you don't support this stuff, it goes away.
Big time.
Even if you don't, I say, even if you have a problem with them, because I went to see Captain Marvel multiple times. I saw it 3 times. I saw The Last Jedi 7 times at the Alamo. Alamo's not cheap. I went and supported that film because I believe in Star Wars. I believe in the MCU. I believe in all these things. Even if I don't agree with the politics and some of the stuff they do, I still support it.
So
I won't buy the damn comic books out.
So Rian Johnson, understand, this man supported your movie.
Yeah, but he hates me because I'm part of that fandom menace. He's like the penguin. He's Dick Cheney or the penguin. I don't know. One of those two. I just like both of them. But anyway, Game of Thrones this weekend is going to be a tearjerker. I guarantee you someone's going to die. Someone you care about.
Hey, and make sure you hurry up and join your local nerd death pool for Game of Thrones.
Death pools. I love those things, man. Oh, man. So, and I put down money because news came out this week. We haven't brought this up, so I'm just going to, before we go to the next segment, I'm just going to mention I put $10 on my page. I said, I'm putting $10 down. Who wants to take my bet that this new animated iteration of Star Trek on Nickelodeon is going to suck? It's going to suck for the writing. It's going to suck because they don't know how to tell good stories. And prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Bet that $10 against me. And you know, I know how to tear apart a film when it comes to storytelling, proper storytelling, technique, technically accurate and proper storytelling structure. I will tear it apart. And good luck proving me wrong. And I will get that $10 from you if you bet against me. That's on my page. Anyway, the next thing we're going to talk about is sad because Susan only does one segment a week on Thursday, and she talked about the $6 billion man. But today we're going to talk about her favorite guy, Bruce Campbell.
The Chin.
The Chin. My first gig with Josh Becker was drawing his chin. I had to do it. And he even commented on it. He says, one of the few artists who's ever rendered my chin correctly. And I'm like, going, it's because I draw portraits. I know how to draw. But Bruce Campbell is doing
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
And I'm so excited about this. And it's coming out in June. We're finally going to see the first episode in 1 month. And we're going to see just how funny he can be. Because Bruce is a funny. I've actually sat with him, had dinner with him. I know how funny he can be.
Yeah.
And he is very clever, very quick-witted. I'm looking forward to seeing his segues between stories.
This will be like the 3rd iteration of that?
Yeah, because we had...
Dean
Cain was before, the last one.
And the original one was Academy Award winner...
This is back in the 80s?
Yeah, the
original. For some reason, I have the guy from Unsolved Mysteries in my head, and I can't get him out of my head. I'm fixated with him.
Robert Stack?
Robert Stack.
Robert Stack was cool.
Yeah. Who was that? Somebody post and tell us who that was, because I can't remember who hosted the first version of Ripley's Believe It or Not on TV back in the 80s. But Bruce Campbell's going to be amazing. And the guy knows how to work a crowd. He knows how to work an audience. And I'm hoping that maybe they'll do it with a live audience. My hope is actually they're going to shoot it here in Branson, the home of Ripley's. But they're going to shoot it down in Florida.
Yeah.
And, well, they are shooting because it airs in June. So I'm hoping they allow a live audience because he really does well with a live audience. So, but Bruce Campbell's doing Ripley's. Woohoo! And with that, he's got some news.
Dee Wallace, the actress that many of you
previously known as Dee Wallace Stone.
True.
Previously known before that as just Dee Wallace.
Many of you grew up watching, her in E.T. or
The Howling.
The Howling was a really good one.
My personal favorite with her, because I hated E.T. I hated that freaking movie. I almost slipped with the F word. I hated that freaking movie.
Well, she is gonna come back and make an appearance in the upcoming Critters movie. So
the alien Pac-Man critters, they will eat anything. They're Mikey.
Yeah.
But I always love those. Even though I'm excited that she's going to be in it because I love Dee Wallace. She's great. But I'm not happy because the Chiodo brothers aren't involved with the special effects on this. And it was their effects that made those first films so freaking cool. Yeah. I mean, I watched all of them. I watched all of those movies. I just recently watched the TV series. Horrible. It was dumb. And it's too short. A little truncated episode. It was like it was shot for the web. I was like, what is this? This is crap. Thanks, sci-fi. But this film, I have hopes that it won't suck, but I'm still sad that I'm not seeing the Chiodo brothers. But I'm friends with half of them, and I got the news that they were working on another Killer Clowns, so that's good news.
Always good news.
Yeah, because Killer Clowns is like from outer space is absolutely one of my favorite cheesy sci-fi movies. Because people always look at Critters and they don't know where to put it as a monster film. No, it is a solid sci-fi story. It really is. And you saw the original, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. It's a good sci-fi story about a family that has to deal with an invasion on their farm with these monsters, these little horrifying little eating machines, and how they survive. And it was a really good survival movie. And it's got the little redhead guy that's on Orville. I can't think of his name.
Scott.
He plays Steve on American Dad too.
Yeah, not Scott Melville, but Scott Mins or
Scott something.
Yeah,
but I like the guy, and I wish he would come back because it would be cool to see him with his kids in the story. But we at least get Dee Wallace, so I'm waiting to see this film and make sure it doesn't suck. I'll let you know. I do my reviews to the Couch Potato Critic. I'll let you know if it sucks. But that's going to be good. With that, do we have anything else we want to talk about other than Game of Thrones and be prepared? Because you got Game of Thrones and Endgame this weekend.
That's going to be tough emotionally.
Y'all going to cry a lot. Y'all
so
going to
much.
cry.
Just a river. Oh, and the original host of the very first Ripley's television series was Jack Palance.
Jack Palance, man. I love that guy.
And his daughter.
His daughter was on it?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
She was the female co-host. That was his daughter.
That was his daughter?
Yeah.
I love Jack Palance, man. It was a sad day when we lost him.
Yeah.
Anybody remember him doing the one-arm push-up on the Oscars?
Oh, it was awesome.
It was the last great moment on the Oscars.
Wasn't he in his 70s when he did that?
In his 70s, got an Oscar, went out and did a one-arm push-up. I'm like, hell yeah. If the internet was like it was today, he would have broke it.
Because I'm not even close to being 70. I can't even do I can't even just do one. I mean...
Yeah, the only exercise I get is with my brain, and that's jumping to conclusions. All right, that's the end of this episode of Pop Culture Minefield. That's Keith.
That's Gerry.
And we'll see you next time. You guys have a good weekend. Go see Endgame. Go see Endgame.
Yeah, Lady Mormon.
遥控